Hello and welcome to another video. So today I am going to tell you a story about a dog named Alfi. So let's begin. So once upon a time there was a dog named Alfi. One day the dog named Alfi was chewing on his favorite bone very peacefully, and he suddenly realized that he had to store this bone in a safe place. So he decided to dig up a hole under his favorite oak tree. It was an old oak tree. It was few hundred years old, and it was one of the most beautiful national treasures of that time. So Alfie the dog started digging a hole. They dug that hole for a while until he could not dig the hole. He dug this hole for very deep. Then he threw away his bone in that hole, and then he safely and soundly buried that bone as fast as he could before letting any dog see. So as the bone was being buried, one of the next door neighbor's dogs was seeing Alfie bury that bone, and that dog name was Fardy. Fardy was a very greedy dog, and Fardy was so greedy that he could do anything for a bone. And as Fardy was looking around for where the bone was buried, he started digging under the old oak tree, and he started looking around to see if Alfie was looking. And when Alfie wasn't looking, Fardy started digging until he finally hit gold. He finally found the bone, and as he walked away with the bone, silently he started chewing Alfie's bone. It was very juicy, and it was very tasty as Fardy described it. And the next day, as Alfie started digging up the place where he buried that bone, he could not find the bone. He looked everywhere, he dug everywhere, but he could not find the bone. And suddenly he started looking around, and suddenly he saw a muddy paw marks. That doesn't really happen here because on this side there never really rains, unless the next door's neighbor's dog has a private inflatable pool where he can get all wet and muddy. So Alfie knew that it was Fardy, and as Alfie thought of how to get revenge on Fardy, he suddenly saw that his friend Mole was digging a hole around for him, and then he suddenly got an idea. The next day he buried another bone deep enough and for long enough to Fardy to see, and this time Alfie knew that Fardy was watching. And as night struck, Fardy decided to go ahead and started digging again. Fardy started digging until Fardy started yelping in pain. In Alfie's friend Mole beat Fardy's nose. Alfie then came along and started laughing at the pain of Fardy, and Alfie was very happy to see the pain of Fardy. And as Alfie he looked ahead to Mole and thanked Mole for getting revenge for him, and Fardy never looked at Alfie's bone ever again because he knew that it was a dangerous territory over there. So this is the end of our video. So tata and goodbye. See you tomorrow again.